Hey everybody. All right, so congratulations on getting your Division keyboards. And so I wanted to give you guys a quick video tutorial on how to set it up. So obviously I've gone ahead and installed all of the switches, did the soldering. You'll note on this side, this is one of my 1.2 PCB prototypes, so I have the spacers, shims. You don't need these. We are getting the 1.6, which does not need them, as you can see. So don't use these. Okay, so the first thing you're going to do is you're going to install your tadpoles, push these into place, like so. So obviously it's thin point pointing upwards onto your keycaps. All right, next step is you're going to take your 50 millimeter JST cable and you're going to wind it a few times, 4 to 5 times, depending. The reason for this is one, it keeps all the wires in one place, and it also shortens the cable a little bit, which is going to come in handy when we do our installation. All right, so now that that's all set up, one thing also to note, as you can tell, I've removed the 2 and 3 key, the 0 and the minus key, both of the control caps, and your 3U space. Don't install those, they're going to get in the way of the case top when you're doing your install. All right, so I'm going to put those aside for a second, and we're going to get to the case top here. All right, so your daughter board is installed, nice and easy. That takes, I believe, what is it, a T6? T6? T6. So that's going to get installed, and the next thing you're going to do is you're going to place your items into here. So before you do your second half, what you should do is you should just plug this in. Just makes it easier. You can do it without it, but you just have a little bit more wiggle room. Place that bad boy in there. Remember, the connecting pins on this side is going to be facing you because it's an upside down daughter board. Put that into place. That's all set. Don't worry about seating them just yet. Get this other guy in here. And now what you're going to do, now you're going to raise this up. And you're going to manually push every single one of these in. This is very important for the next step. There's a reason for that. Or actually, sorry, before you do that, you need to put your ribbon cable on. So the tabs, as you can see, tabs right here, you want to flip these little bad boys up. These little black bits, you want to flip them up with your fingernail. So it should be vertical. That will allow you to insert the ribbon cables. So now, as you can see, I've marked it. You're not going to get a marking on yours. I just did this for visual purposes. The blue bit on the left of that black line is going to be what actually gets inserted. So you're going to put this in. Keep it as straight as possible. Feel free to wiggle it left and right so that you know that it's centered. And then you gently put that lever back into place. You're going to do the same on the other side. That goes in, nice and straight. It should be straight based on this. And then you put your lever down. It's that simple. I tend to put mine in. You can leave it up and go down, it doesn't matter. There's gonna be a little bit of slack, but that's to be expected. All right, so now, now you lift this in, you're gonna push every single one of these tadpole pins in, okay? Very important, push all the points in. Reason being is we're gonna flip this thing over, and we don't want this thing to come crashing down onto your case bottom. All right, so now that that's done, you've got that assembly line. So you're gonna hold this in your hand, because if you lay this down, it'll pop up the other way. You're gonna take your case bottom, all right? So remember, well, first thing, what you wanna do is over your lap or over a surface, test your tadpoles. I did the fitment on every single board just to make sure, but again, in case you didn't push these in enough, I don't want any mistakes. So over your lap or over a soft surface, flip this bad boy over. Flip this bad boy over. Obviously I have this in the way, but it's because I know this is set. Flip this over. You should have the PCB assembly should not be falling over. All right, and now that you got that, you can put it over your case. And you can slide this bad boy into set. Now it's coming in at a little bit of an angle, so just be careful, all right? Don't force it, just gently get that bad boy on there, all right? And congrats, you've done a majority of the work. So you're gonna take your T8, which what I like to do is I like to press down I like to, so you're putting positive pressure on the tadpoles so that you're reducing the amount of force on the screws. And I like to install this one, then this one, then this one, and then the bottom two. Or this one and this one. It really doesn't matter at this point. I just kind of like to keep the pressure off. Come on, hey little guy. So when you first get your board, you're gonna note that these screws are gonna be very tight. I tightened them down for a reason because I didn't want to hear anybody saying or getting any bad boards that were messed up because of a loose screw. So they're gonna be tight. They're gonna be absolutely tight. So don't hesitate to break them down. But when you're actually doing your assembly, don't need to be that tight. Just seat them, give them a couple of little impact hits, just so it's all set and done. And you are pretty much good to go. All you just gotta do is put your keycaps on. And good to go.